YouTubers, Charles here, back with more Satisfactory. Last time we built some of the parts we need for turbo motors. This time hopefully we'll be building the rest of the parts, and actually the turbo motors themselves. But one of the things last time that we needed but didn't really have was rubber. We borrowed some from our crystal oscillator production. Which is sort of shut down right now, but once we start building supercomputers again, because they're needed in the turbo motors, we're going to need those oscillators, so we're going to need that rubber. So we need to improve our rubber production. So we're just going to come over here to this plastic station train, and we're going to have it take us out to plastic 2. And that's not what I wanted. We're gonna add some rubber production to plastic 2. These cars belong on the back of this train, yet they're magically connected to the front. Yeah, so where plastic 2 is some... There's 2 pure oil nodes there, and we're not using all that they can produce now at the moment. So we're gonna use the rest of that oil to make some more rubber, and that's not the way we want to go. Of course, now we're pretty lost. You know, I'll just head over there and get back to you when I'm there. Okay, we're over here at the Plastic 2 station, and there are 2 pure oil nodes. One right here, and one right there. And they're overclocked to 200% right now, which means they're putting out 480 crude oil per minute. However, each has 12 rubber. Well, they each have 12 oil refineries on them. These 4 are making rubber, and then there's 8 over there making plastic. And if I'm doing my math right, that's only using up 360 of the 480. And we can overclock these more and get up to 600. So I'm going to put in some more oil refineries and get some additional rubber out of these. But our train is sort of full at the moment. So what we're going to be doing is rerouting some of these belts here. Let's put some poles right here. Take down those belts. Come on. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go there. we have some saving lag. Any moment now, please. There we go. Something like that. So these two will fill twice as fast now. And as for what's in here, we are just going to wipe it out. And that just was left on this little conveyor lift. We'll do the same thing to here. And I built out a platform here, and we're just going to build a few more oil refineries. We already actually have the hookups here. If I just line these up correctly. Yeah, let's do something like that. And we need to put some mergers here. And we'll line them right on the line there. Can't stand on that. Just a few more to go. Actually, that's the last one we need. This will merge into there. That will go in there. Use some Mark V because, hey, I have plenty of it on me. Back to Mark I for the outputs. one, stack up. There we go. We now need to hook up the inputs. Let's just come on down here for that. And we need power. And we need to program these guys for rubber. A little bit of lag there. And there we go. We are now making a lot more rubber than we were before. However, this is not quite enough. I'm going to go over to the other side where we have the other oil well being processed, and I'm going to basically do the exact same thing and add another 8 more over there, and I'll be back once I'm done with that. Okay, here we are on the other side. This is done in 2 groups of 4, just because of the space we have available. It's not very long, but we do have the space for 2 rows here. Everything's set up except the actual bringing in of the oil barrels. So let's do that now. We can just pull some off here and come right up to here. Here they come. They're getting split into each of these. And we're all ready to produce rubber. And you can see they all come down here. All come together into this splitter. We got some coming in from the other side as well. And we just have to bring this over to the train station and then hook both up to the train cargo stations. How did you do that? You were pretty clearly going into that side. So we'll have this one go into here, and then we'll take this one, and it will curve around and go into there. That way we can reuse the conveyor lifts that were there. And you can see we're getting rubber at a nice rate. So we'll go and go back to the factory and replace the temporary hookup we had for rubber with this. But before we do that, we need to do one more thing, and that is go over to the station that had just the one Caterium node last time and hook up some more stuff over there. So I'll head over there and meet you in just a moment. Okay, here we are at the turbo motor stuff station, and we have the one line of Caterium ore coming in here. But we need some additional, or at least one additional materials for the turbo motors, and that's quartz crystals. And we actually need them to make the radio control units that go into the turbo motors. But luckily for us, there's a few nodes here. There's 1, 2, 3, and these are all normal nodes. And in fact, if we get past a little bit of lag here, there's an additional, should be 3 nodes over here. Right down here. There's 1. Yeah, I think I see all 3. 1, 2, 3. So we need to bring this in. Now, we don't need all of it, but we're gonna take all of it because we're here. Basically, we'll put Mark III miners on all of these, combine, pair up the nodes onto a single belt, and have that go into a single cargo station. We do have 3 available cargo stations, or cargo wagons, on that train. So we need an equipment workshop at first. We need to make some portable miners. Let's see if we have room for 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll make some miners here. We're not going to overclock these at the time being, but if we need to do so in the future, we definitely can. We're kind of running low on the Mark V belt, but that's okay. I can go get some more. But basically, we're just going to do something like this. And say over here, we'll bring this belt up, and we'll put a second belt here. This belt will get joined in with one of the other miners from over there, and the other 2 will get merge together like this. And then we just need power, and luckily we do have a power line running through here because, well, I won't say not too far away, but it's a good distance. There's 3, I believe, of the geothermal power plants, so we had connected them up quite a while ago, and the power line happens to run right through here. So from here, we'll power up these miners. So we're gonna get 480 a minute on the combined line here. And we need 900, so we'll only need 2 lines once we get back to the factory, leaving basically one of the cargo wagons as spare. But I'm going to go get some more all-clad aluminum so that we have enough to bring these all the way back to our train station over here, and I'll be back when we're ready to hook everything up to the train station. So, see you in a moment. Okay, here we are at the turbo motor stuff station again, and I've brought in the 2 lines from the 3 miners over there, and I've put in the 3 miners over here, and all we have to do now is, well, add on to the station and get the quartz crystals loaded. So I'm going to take out that piece of track. We're going to come over here, not organization vehicles, and we're going to build 3 additional freight platforms, and if everything worked out correctly, that should be hooking directly up. So the top line here is the line that already has 2 miners worth. So we're gonna have that just come and go right in. This line over here also has 2 miners worth, so that's also going to come right in. We'll put this line here, we'll put a merger on it, and a little bit of lag. And this will come like this. And the only thing we need over here is power, because I just realized that it didn't hook that up yet. So we'll put a line there. It's not exactly what I wanted, but whatever. Alright, these are all hooked up, and we're getting quartz crystals from them. So that should be all the materials we need. We just need to get back to the factory and have it all hooked up. So I'm gonna head back to the factory, and I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, here comes the turbo motor train. It should be stopping here, unloading all the quartz we've collected. And then we just need to bring it up to the top floor. Oh. That's not good. With those, cars being on a slope here, the train doesn't really stop at the station correctly. Let's see if I can, get it to stop correctly. I want to back it up just a little bit more. Oh. Okay, hey, we got it. You see, we're unloading the quartz now. And actually, I'm gonna take out the end-of-line station, which is really a station they can't ever get to. So it basically makes the trains stop and wait. So this is the copper and deuterium lines. And now we have a decent amount of quartz. Let's get down here. And this is the rubber that we brought in, and I already ran that up and hooked it up. Once these update, these should be the quartz. So we're just gonna bring, you know, for now we're just gonna bring 2 of these up, because that's how much we need. And I just noticed I'm running a little low on the all-clad aluminum sheets. We'll have to pick some more up. Alright. Didn't quite make it. Yeah, that's the rubber going up to the second to top floor. What we put in last time. Okay, that's the quartz up to this top floor. But before we go further, let's check out what we're actually trying to accomplish. So here's the turbo motor production, and a lot of it we already have done because we're making motors already, we're making supercomputers already, we're making the aluminum sheets already. Last time we made the AI limiters and the stators. So right now we're trying to get heat sinks made so that we can make radio control units, so that we can finally put it all together into turbo motors. But for the heat sinks, we're going to need wire. And yeah, that's a lot of wire. But it turns out that unbeknownst to me, I kind of made a, a good decision last time. We brought copper, not copper, but iron up last time. 2 belts worth, but the belts were technically 450 belts, and we needed 500, so we took just a little. Hopefully I'll be able to show you after the saving lag here. Any moment now. There we go. So these are 2 450 belts coming in, and I originally had this as a Mark II belt, but I've put it down to a Mark I belt because that's really all we need here. So this is coming off this way. Technically it's 390, but it's 400 because we actually don't need the 60 coming over this way. We only need about 50, and as you see right now, hey, this is all not running, so we're gonna get the whole 450 over this way. So we need to bring this up, and let's see if I can do this safely. We probably need to put in a wall here, and we want this facing out. I've been alternating, or at least trying to. So we can close that in. So that will come over here, where we have a bunch of iron wire producers. That's just gonna go like that. Actually, apparently I did use Mark IV belt because we don't need that much, but we're gonna get a little over 2 Mark V belts out of here, right? Okay. This is the excess, so that goes on a Mark IV belt. But then we have 22 of these manufacturers, each going on to a Mark V belt, with then it looks like an additional 5 just going on to the Mark IV belt. Probably can even fit on a Mark III, but it's going to take a bit to back up. So we'll let that run. Meanwhile, let's finish hooking up the quartz over here. And this will just slant over. It's easier to have one wall with 2 inputs than the 2 walls. And yeah, I realized I didn't finish this belt, but hey, we can finish it now. Ooh. Picked up a lot of extra speed there. Come on, connect, please. There we go. So this quartz is gonna, raw quartz is gonna come down here, and we'll have one belt go in this side, and the other belt come in here, and go in this side, and here we're gonna make quartz crystals from the raw quartz. And these are eventually going to go to the radio control units. Meanwhile, how are we doing on... Okay. I don't think we've gotten all the way down here yet. Oh, alright. We've gotten a little iron all the way down here. Again, this will all work at the rate we plan once all of these have backed up with 100 items, but that hasn't happened yet. You can see by which ones are green, though, how far it has made it down. So we're getting there. Now we're going to use all this wire to make heat sinks. Each of these needs 90 wire per minute and 20 all-clad aluminum sheets. So let's get those aluminum sheets. So the aluminum sheets are going to be the bottom here, and also on that side. That should come... Alright, it's going to be this top belt. So here's where we're making the aluminum sheets. This went to the floor right above us, so this one will go up to the top floor now. Just put that in like that. So they come here, and we just need to hook them up into here. I'm using Mark V belt. It's only needs about 400 though. That's why we have 2 Mark III belts here, because that's more than enough. So as these start loading up, let's hook in the wire. Each side needs a bit more than a Mark V can hold. So we have this extra Mark III belt that after we're past 3 of the machines we feed in, and at that point there should be plenty of room to hold everything on that Mark III belt. So this belt here we're gonna hook up to there, but when I tried to go directly to there, it's like, hey, well, right now it says clearance, but it would be too steep. So I will go like here. We'll make this little twisty round. This one will go here, and that goes over to the other side. And, well, the rest of that's Mark 4 for this extra. And I do have Mark 4 belt on me. We'll put the Mark 4 over here, and that will get split up nicely. So you should see, yeah, there's should be plenty of gaps for this to merge in without issue. And, well, these some of these are running. The ones in the middle, actually. The ones at that end don't have enough wire yet. The ones at this end don't have enough aluminum yet. But, again, it's coming, and once everything starts backing up, they'll all be running at the right rate. But you can see, oh, we do have some heat sinks being produced. And they're coming down here, where they should be. Here they come. And you can see there's our quartz. And here we have manufacturers that are going to produce our radio control units. So they need the heat sinks, they need quartz crystals, they also need supercomputers. Well, luckily, we're already producing them at a rate of 24 a minute, and I think we just need 14 a minute. But they are supposed to be coming up here from all the way down there. So let's let's go get some. Should be this floor. No, that is... these are the motors. We'll need motors too, eventually. Let's hook them up since we're here, and I made a mistake. So that looks like it's a Mark II belt. Let's take the motors, hook them in here. There we go. We need 90 of those a minute, or technically 88. We're making 90, so we'll have a few spare. So those are going to go up. Let's get to the right floor for the supercomputers and figure out how I plan to bring these up. Alright, that should have been the heavy modular frame floor. Here is Caterium for supercomputers. This should be parts for supercomputers, like circuit boards and quartz crystals. And this should be the actual supercomputer floor. Here we're making computers out of the quartz crystals and circuit boards. And down here should be a bunch of supercomputer manufacturers. Did I actually use... I actually used Mark V belt, even though we don't need that many. Let's hook this up, because this apparently hasn't been hooked up for quite a while. Oh wow, let's look at those things fly in here. Alright, and we'll take a belt out. And... oh, okay, I knew it was a corner, it was just the wrong corner. So, we'll have supercomputers come down here, and go in there. And I'm hoping I already put in the conveyor lift, but we'll see. I actually think I did. Okay. So that is the motors there. Not that they're showing up. And here we are at the top. There's our supercomputers. These can be on a Mark I belt. Because we just need 24 a minute. Actually, we're making 24 a minute. I think we only need 14. But that will come down on this belt here. Because these are all the things we need to make the radio control units. So let's hook these up. We'll do these supercomputers. I think I actually used a faster belt there. Oh well. We'll do the quartz crystals on... Oh, that's a Mark V belt, so let's just keep it Mark V. We'll do Mark III belt for the heat sinks. And we'll take a look at this. Yeah, we need, well, 37.5 quartz crystals a minute, 12.5 heat sinks per minute, and 1.25 supercomputers per minute, and that will give us 3 3/4 radio control units per minute. Just as soon as those supercomputers come over here. Yeah, they're taking their time, but yeah. They don't need to be that quick. Especially with the lag that's going on. Any minute now, please. Thank you, game. Alright, let's pretend that these are working. They will in a minute. We now finally need to make the turbo motors. And these need motors, radio control units, which we'll be making right behind us, AI limiters, and stators. And all of them at not a very fast rate. In fact, for most of these, it's 88 per minute, except for the radio control units, which is exactly half that at 44. So let's get all of those items. They're all on the floor below us, except for the motors, but we already sent the motors up. They should all then, or at least the stators and AI limiters should be coming up here. Let's... Well, they will be once they're all connected. I sure hope I have enough. That hopefully will be enough. Okay. Yeah, definitely, since I already have this in. Mostly, except for the last connections. So here's the AI limiters. We'll just connect them up here. Here are the stators. We'll connect them up there. And everything will be coming along momentarily. just need to put in conveyor lifts over here. Mark II. And the motors should be coming up in the corner down here. Ooh, what happened to our quartz? I'm wondering if the train got stuck. Well, it looks like we have plenty at the moment, but I'll need to look into that. So here come our motors. Oh, look at that. I missed a connection. I'm like, why is there so few coming down on this side? Ooh, bad lag. There we go. That should definitely improve things over here for the rate of heatsink manufactured. So that's a lot of supercomputers, especially considering we had like one stack in the container. So we got some radio control units here being made. All of them, well, I won't say all of them should have 9. Actually, you can see quite a few are not running just because the supercomputers haven't made it all the way down. But it looks like these first 2 machines are backed up on them. It's just gonna take some time. I'm using the manifold or overflow method, and it relies on everything being backed up. Although we do have some radio control units being produced in most of these. Probably not the last few, but that's okay. So it's time to start producing our turbo motors. So we should have everything at this point. And this is going to be a bit different. The turbo motors need exactly what one manufacturer, each manufacturer needs what one manufacturer over there provides. So I am, not that, going to just belt this directly in here. Meanwhile, let's hook these belts up. Motors to there. Gotta skip the bottom one. AI limiters to there, and stators to there. And this guy should be running. And all we need to do now is connect each of these across. It actually is kind of nice that these work out to be a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. This guy is probably working on his first set of radio control units, and I don't think these have run yet. Yeah, he's still waiting on a supercomputer. They'll make it down here eventually. Looks like we have the first 4 machines running, though. And these make 2.8 per minute. They run 64 seconds per batch. He just needs a few more AI limiters and stators. They should be coming momentarily. Yeah, the motors were all backed up in a box, you know, so we have a bunch of them coming, but the AI limiters and stators were only on a belt, so we probably ran through what was backed up on the belt relatively quickly, so now they're only coming as fast as we can produce them, which is just about the rate that they would be consumed by all of these, which is 88 per minute. We're probably making like 89 or maybe 90 a minute. Sure would be nice if these belts over here animated. I'm sure they will in just a minute or two. Minute or 3. You can see they're animating over there. Yeah, I do like that they implemented like a level of detail system so things look, or further away things are lower quality, but they have to work on how they determine which things are further away and how quickly that gets updated, because obviously these are not very far away at all, and yet they're like blue squares and not moving. You know, if that was like way over there, you know, it wouldn't be a problem. It's, you know, 5 feet away from me or whatever. So anyhow, we should have made some turbo motors already. In fact, here comes some. And they're all going to go down into the box down here. And we have 9 at the moment. I'm guessing these... Well, this belt will show stuff, but... Oh, here we go. Look at that. Yeah, so we're not quite at the 33 per minute, but once everything gets backed up, this should be running at 33 turbo motors per minute, which is, well, fantastic. And with this, we're basically producing all the content in the game, at the moment at least. There hasn't been an update for like 3 weeks. I'm kind of hoping that there is at least a few bug fixes, especially like the trains getting split up. But yeah, there was, I know they were taking summer vacations and stuff like that, and they are beginning to work on new content. They haven't said what that is. But I may take a week off or so, at least, you know, if they don't release anything next week, I probably won't have a video. After that, I probably will do, again, as long as there's no new content, I'll do like a tour of my main factory and of this factory. My main factory is producing like everything in the game, but only like 1 or 2 machines worth, or, you know, I probably have more than 2 machines making pipes, and I know I have more than 2 machines making concrete, but that's only because, hey, I need those to make like the encased industrial beams, and I think I only have 1 machine producing them, but it uses up like 3 machines worth of concrete and probably this, you know, 3 or 4 machines worth of pipes. The factory over here, though, this is my second factory. We are producing most of the high-level items at quite a rate. We're making 90 motors a minute, 33 turbo motors that the motors are going into. We're making, let's say, we're making 24 heavy industrial frames, 24 supercomputers, although we're now using the supercomputers also to make the turbo motors. We're making 200 Nobelisk detonators. We're making 800 cartridges a minute from those detonators. We're making close to 400, maybe 5. No, we're making 700 aluminum sheets a minute, 780. So, yeah, we're making everything here except screws and rods. We're not actually. We are technically making rods down there, but that was like, hey, what's the stuff I need to build the factory? I don't consider that stuff as part of the factory, except for like the iron miners, and there's some copper miners, and there's a limestone miner that is providing materials to this factory. But you know, we're making some encased industrial beams down there, pipes, iron plates, some iron rods, and wire and cable over there. But that's just so we can build stuff here. So that about wraps it up for this episode of Satisfactory. I actually have no idea how long this episode is. It took quite a while to record. But I'll see you guys next time after a short break. See you then.